For years, there has been a question burning in my mind. Why is ghost hunting done at night? Is it because spirits are more active? Or is it something entirely different? So we set out to investigate the same exact location, both during the day and night.
Do you hear that? It was like a growl.
It fucking was. And we will test which time yields the best evidence.
The nurses frequently would hear footsteps and see shadow figures walking down the hallways.
You see that? There's another fucking person walking past.
Do you hear that? Like, I heard your footsteps, but I swear to God I heard a second footsteps, like, sprint.
And what we find will shock you.
You cannot deny this. This is solid proof of the paranormal.
For the first time in this channel's history, we have been specially invited to investigate an abandoned hospital in New Jersey. This same hospital is built on the same ground as a Native American massacre. All the fear, blood, anger, and hatred, all absorbed by the earth on the same ground this hospital stands on today. Could this have something to do with the reported hauntings there?
So we actually believe we were in contact with the Native American during our investigation, which was also in the same room as has been known to make animals uncomfortable. The main instance of that we heard about was a dog that someone had brought in that absolutely refused to go in the room. Another room we investigated was the hot man room, and what we heard was that a man had died in there, and his body remained warm as if he was alive, even though there was no signs that he was alive other than the heat. And he remained that way for a long time, hours after you would expect the body to be cold, and even the doctors had no idea what was going on. So there's been a lot of strange occurrences at this place.
Because of these strange occurrences, the nurses felt so uncomfortable, even just entering patients' room with patients still currently in them. It was almost like they were feeling something that wasn't currently with us. It got so bad to the point that a nurse's lounge that was on the floor was almost unusable after nurses frequently would hear footsteps and see shadow figures walking down the hallways. It got so bad and nurses were so uncomfortable that they refused to go in this lounge and they had to move it elsewhere.
With all the strange occurrences happening here, this is why we were invited to investigate this special location. We're the only ones to ever investigate this location, and I am extremely excited to see what we captured tonight.
You see that? There's another fucking person walking past. I'm telling you. I just fucking saw that.
I was looking down though. I was looking over there. I was nowhere near looking over there.
My dad has schizophrenia.
I was just taking more random B-roll.
Good on you, Ethan.
I'm experimenting. We'll have to see how it looks, because it might look like ass, but...
Look, see that small one there, Shawn? In the room? Yeah. See out there? See, it's the vestibule, right? I swear to God, I saw movement out through that fucking window.
Oh, I thought you went those doors.
Well, that's where I had seen it. And I'm standing here, and all of a sudden, I see fucking movement.
So,
I'm not understanding what I'm looking at here. Why do I keep seeing shit out here?
we're going to just put this. Alright, so this room is where my dad and Aiden were last time, and they captured a lot of evidence. So I think it would be a good idea to put the REM pod, because they didn't have this last time. So basically, if you don't know what a REM pod is, it measures electromagnetic fields, and also if something enters the area near the antenna here, it will go off. So we're going to put this right there. Maybe if you want to set a flashlight up or something, do it last time. We're starting our investigation. It's about 12:40 or 12:50 right now, so hopefully we'll capture more evidence than we did the last time. This room seemed pretty active. And anyone here today, can you please make one of the devices go off? Thank you. Now, is this the spirit my dad and me contacted last time? Can you turn the flashlight off for me? This is what we call intelligent communication and answers to the questions that I ask. If there's any spirits in this room or in the hallway, would you maybe give us a sign by making a loud knock like this?
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It was really faint. It sounded far
Really
off that
far
way.
off away.
Yeah.
It was like,
I heard it.
That's crazy. Out of all the cameras recording, my dad's camera was the only one that experienced strange static audio interference. Now watch. When the camera starts experiencing this interference, the milligauss levels on the millimeter increase. Could this be a spirit affecting my dad's camera? What? It's like a knock off in the distance.
Can you please take the numbers from 5.2 to 0, please? Oh, on cue.
Really?
Thank you. Okay. Did you pass away as a result of your...
Wait.
Did you hear that?
The pop was my shoe?
Yeah, but it sounded like a door closing.
There was something.
Sure sounded... Did you pass away as a result of your...
Wait.
Did you hear that?
What's going on?
No, I do not remember.
We'll probably see. Yeah, at the same time, so much shit going on. I'm like,
Did you hear that? It was like a growl.
it fucking was.
It was like a
At the same time, so much shit going on. I'm like,
Did you hear that? It was like a growl.
it fucking was.
It was like a
Did you guys hear that?
What?
It's like a fucking growl out here, man. Like, it sounded like it came from this way. Or maybe the stairwell, maybe.
I heard you guys.
This growling noise could not have been my dad nor Aiden. Here's their footage during the event.
Okay, did you pass away as a result of the surgery that you had? If you did, spike those numbers.
Yeah, did you guys hear that?
What?
It's like a fucking growl out here, man. Like, it sounded like it came from this way. Or maybe the stairwell.
I heard you guys, but
It was like, for me, it was like right behind us.
Yeah, it's not behind us.
21.
There's so much shit going on, I think this is a good time to split up.
I mean, it's the second time in a row we're in here, and the second time in a row we're catching shit, right? Okay, can you take the millimeter, this device here in front of me that you're affecting is called a millimeter. Can you take that down to 0, please? Can you take it to 0? Do you remember how that works? bouncing all over the place. It was dead solid when I first turned it on. Now it's all over the place. Can you shut the flashlight all the way off, please? Now it's at 0.
Right now in the room, it is only my dad and Aiden, and this voice was neither of them. What you just heard was a disembodied voice answering my dad's question with another question. My dad says, "Can you please turn off the light?" And the disembodied voice responds with, "Why?" Like, why do you want me to turn off the light? This is 100% intelligent communication, and one of the most impressive pieces of evidence that we've captured to this day. We'll play it again for you now.
Can you shut the flashlight all the way off, please? Now it's at 0.
Yeah, I just got
My camera was going in and out of focus like crazy.
really tired, man. Oh yeah, but like I slept before coming here. I was nodding out, like sitting right there. No, the thing is, I was like wide awake. Yeah, now that I stood up, I'm wide awake. It's crazy. I felt affected last time. Like I don't usually claim this, and it usually feels like, but I feel like something's just fucking with me. Turn the flashlight off, please. Could you turn the flashlight off for me? I have a question to ask you. Can you turn that flashlight on if you just like drained me of energy? Like as soon as I walked back in here, I got like super tired and I had to sit down. Fucking flashlight's on, dude. The fucking flashlight's on. I was fine in here before. I went up with Schmeck, walked around, came back in here, and like I got a little bit of vertigo going on, and I just felt so tired. My head felt hot. I had to sit down. And the flashlight's confirming. I literally said, turn the flashlight on after it was being, the whole time you're going through that EVP, it was completely off. And I waited till you were done, asked a question, and it's off.
Alright, do me a favor and go and sit right up next to Shawn, right up on his lap. Sit right up on him, so we can maybe we can see you. Make yourself visible to us. We'd love to be able to show your picture to people. Maybe your loved ones.
It feels colder on my right side. I went from 73 to 71 and it's rapidly dropping down to 70. Look at it. See this 70?
On your right?
On my right. 11.2 milligas. 11.2 milligas. 0.4. 7.2 milligas. 10. 6.9. Nice. 7. It's down to 68 degrees. 4.9. 0. Is that 0? Is that 68.6? It went from 73 degrees, and now it's getting milligas of 10. 4.4. 2.8.
I'm good at this.
It feels cold on my right side, but 3.6. It's oscillating like crazy. It's going up. 4.1, 3.9. Flashlight's on. Back to 0. 2.2.
It's hard to say. I'm getting residual heat or something off of Aiden, so it's hard to see if there's anything on you or not.
0.0. It feels like
There's a cold spot. There's a cold spot. No shit. There's a cold spot on the floor right next to you, and it looks like if you reached out to the side, right there. And it looks to me like it's leaning up against the wall, because where Aiden was leaning against the wall, he's left a mark. And against the wall, right where his back would be, it's cold.
It feels
Against the wall, I'm not kidding. This is pretty cool.
Feels like it's ripping my shin area. Can you come back and sit next to me again?
I think he's still there. Because there's still a cold spot. Oh, it just got really cold around you. and it's going towards you. From the cold spot on the floor, it's coming towards you, like radiating towards you.
Hey, give me my dad's millimeter. Mine's low battery. There's no oscillation anymore. I think it's fine. Okay, 0.6, 76 degrees, and mine was reading 68. It's rapidly dropping, the temperature is rapidly dropping as I sit here on my cold side. It was at 77, you know, I just said 77, it's at 71.9 now. It's rapidly dropping.
And that's where it had been, so
I felt something cold rush across my shoulder area.
10.4 milligauss. I am confirming that my right side is cold, and I'm feeling something on my right side, just as my dad said someone to sit next to me. And I'm getting oscillations of 10 milligauss, and the temperature rapidly dropped from 70. It's back. The temperature it's like a light breeze, kind of like how like a fridge gives off. 69 degrees now. 69.9. 69.8. This is confirming everything right here. This isn't just
move the millimeter out to your right. Stick your arm out to the side. I want to see if it gets colder.
69.6 still. I should probably throw this one.
Leave it out there a little bit.
Still 69.6. It's not doing anything.
Not doing anything.
Michael?
But right when I put it on my shin, you're getting drops on coldness.
Anything crazy or not?
I was trying to write something on my side.
No. Not really.
Look how it just went up by 0.1 degree. It just went up a whole freaking degree as soon as I changed to my left side. It was at 69.8, it's now at 70.4. And my right side's the one that's cold. You know how crazy this is? This is nuts. Everything's gone. This is just base readings the entire time.
I'm getting no cold around you anymore.
He's getting no cold around me. I'm not getting anything on the millimeter. This is solid evidence. This is backed up by logic, facts, numbers.
You're exactly right.
This is concrete proof evidence. He tells, I come in here, I'm affected, he tells me to sit next to me, my right side gets cold, what happens? 10 milligauss spikes, it's up to 0.1 now after being 0 for the longest time. It drops from 77 degrees when I bring the thing over to here, and it drops down to 68. That's almost a whole 10 degrees difference. And this was just right over there. In the same room. You cannot deny this. This is solid proof of the paranormal right here. Before your very eyes, that you guys are watching right now. As I just documented on my phone. Thing is, I haven't moved this millimeter at all. It's getting 4. I'm getting 0.1 now, it's reading 0. This energy is transient. It can move. I'm not swaying this thing around, I'm getting different numbers, I'm keeping it right here. This energy is transient, it can move, and it's been moving around the room. While also affecting temperature at the same time. I have running around just to show there's no electrical boxes or anything around me that would give off. There's some wiring up here. Nothing. I'm literally in the box with the millimeter right now with no gas going on. I was on the floor, press button, nothing. This is solid evidence. Just in case we can't put the thermal, explain that to me.
So when he was sitting here, this is Shawn's back. This is the heat from Shawn's back. When Aiden was sitting next to him, there was the same thing here. Shawn was being affected and by the cold on this side of his body. There was a cold pool right here, equally as cold as like this wall. And then there was a dot right there where this person's back would have been, like they were sitting next to Shawn, and he was cold on this side. So it was really intriguing, and now obviously there's nothing there. And when Shawn stopped feeling that cold, that dissipated. So it was pretty interesting. And it just went to kind of this greenish color, which is kind of what the floor is.
The battery just died.
What?
When Ethan exclaims that the camera battery died, on my dad's camera it captures the static audio interference again. Could this be the work of the same spirit that affected me in that room? Like and comment below.
So it was pretty interesting. And it just went to kind of this greenish color, which is kind of what the floor is.
The battery just died.
What?
The battery just died.
That's a brand new battery.
Well, it just died.
I literally charged them all day. You saw me take them off in my room before we came.
I saw you charging them.
Well, let's switch them.
Alright, so.
I don't like this, dude. What do I have on me? Alright, hello. This place is charged up because I got freaked out. My name is Shawn. And here to talk to you. So let me start off by asking, what is your name? Who or what are you? Why are all the nurses scared to go in this room? They said they really don't like this room. Why is that? Is it because you're angry? Evil? Do you harm people? Were you a bad person in the real world when you were alive? What's wrong? Why don't you like people in this room? They say you give them bad feelings. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.
I'll do another short introduction. My name is Ethan. I'm here with Explorers of the Unknown. I'm trying to figure out any stories that are here and tell them if the person would like them to be told. It's completely up to you, but I am really curious to get to know you. I'm really curious to get to know your story, and I would love the opportunity to do that. You can either give me a sign, maybe a knock on the wall, or maybe you can touch the red light. Ooh. My arm just went numb there for a second. Was that someone in this room with me? Did you just affect my arm? If you did, please, can you touch the red light on the floor? Was that you? Ooh. I heard a small knock.
If you passed away on this property before it was a hospital, cross these rods. Oh, man. Okay. Can you straighten them back out? This one's really far. I'm going to straighten them out for you. Let's try it again, okay? Because there's no way, it could have possibly been me moving in subconsciously. So we'll ask it again. If you passed away, okay, lights on. If you passed away on this ground prior to it being a hospital, can you cross the rods? And you just have to cross them a little bit. You don't have to cross them all the way. Did you pass away prior to this being a hospital? Just cross them a little bit. More. Very good. Very good. Can you straighten them back out? Straighten the rods back out. So you crossed on this property. You crossed prior to this being a hospital. Well, let me ask you, are you a female child? If If you're a female child, cross the sticks. You don't have to cross them far, just cross them a little. Just crossing. A little bit more so I know it's for sure. Female child? Okay, very good. Can you straighten the sticks back out? Did you pass away because of an illness? Were you very sick when you passed away? Cross them if you were sick. And the flashlight lit up when I asked if the little girl was sick. And now they're crossing. Very good. So you were sick. I'm so sorry you were sick. Straighten them out for me. Thank you. So, can you tell me, was it something with your breathing? Did you have a hard time breathing? If you had a hard time breathing when you passed away, if that's why you passed away, because of breathing, because of your lungs not being able to get in air, if that's why, oh, flashlight went off. If that's why, cross the rods, if it was your breathing. And they are crossed. Okay, thank you. Can you straighten the back out? Thank you for turning off the light, see? So now it's like turning on and off the light and crossing the rods. Like, when I'm asking questions, pretty cool. Earlier I read a story, and it was a story about the Indian raid. And were you that little girl? Were you the little girl that passed away when the Indians burnt the building down and it was fire? If that was you, can you cross these? Now it's worth noting. Thank you. Can you straighten them out? It's worth noting that this is the first time I've noticed a spike on the mel. The millimeter just went up to 6.1 milligauss, and now it's at 0. Thank you for turning that milligauss off, and straighten out these rods for me, please.
So far, I've gotten that it was a Native American, and they were not involved in the massacre or any of that. That they died in the early 1900s.
Oh shit.
During his isolation session, Aiden hears something move in the other room. Unfortunately, we cannot recover his video, but we do have the audio recording from the EVP recorder. We will play that for you now.
So I'm trying to get this set up. So I just heard something move over there. So I'm trying to get this set up. So I just heard something move over there. So is the person that I was just talking to, are you the one that moves the furniture in the other room?
Oh shit.
Yes.
Right on cue, huh? Do you move things because you want attention? Hello. I'm gonna do EVP burst session real quick so you can capture everything. So, any spirit in the hallway or in this room, I invite you guys, here, close the door fully. I invite you guys to come in and communicate with me and Ethan. Now, there's a big red light on the ground and a black device with a really small red light. If you talk into the really small red light, you can, we can hear your voice when we play it back. But you have to talk as loud and as clear as you can into the little red light. So when we start off by asking, stop moving around, no whispering, no shuffling, nothing. What is your name? Are you a boy or a girl? How did you die? Did you die in this operation room? while in surgery? Did you die on one of those beds in that giant room full of beds over there? Why are you still here? Why is your spirit still roaming these halls? Stop. So, any spirit in the hallway or in this room, I invite you guys to close the door for you. I invite you guys to come and communicate with me and Ethan. Now, there's a big red light on the ground, and a black device with a really small red light. Talk to the really small red light. You can. We can hear your voice when we play back. We have to talk as loud, as clear as you can into the little red light. So when you start off by asking, stop looking around, no whisper, shut up, nothing. What is your name? Did you hear that?
I feel like I did hear a little something.
What is your name? It's like a... Right there! Right fucking there!
Yeah.
It's a female!
Yeah.
It is a fucking female!
We still got more EVP.
God. Do you hear that shit?
Yeah, a little. I heard it. A little moan. Very short.
What is your name? What is your name? That's crazy though.
Nothing else though. Yeah, I definitely
Sounds,
heard that.
and it can't be one of us because that is a female voice. That is high pitched. I can't replicate that. That's nuts. That's fucking sick, man. Like, how do you explain that? We weren't moving. There was no like jingling. There was in the middle of the floor. It wasn't us fumbling around. We were standing here still. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That is crazy.
Caught live on film. We're so dumb.
What time is it? What time is it?
3:21.
I want to do one more.
One more little burst. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our investigation tonight. So make sure you watch the day. Make sure you watch the day version of the first episode, and then watch this one, the night one, and tell me, comparing the evidence between the two, which one did you think was more impressive? Honestly, I'd have to go with night if I could, add my 2 cents, because obviously we caught a lot more, but maybe we captured some disembodied voices that we couldn't hear the first day. So this has been an experiment, ghost hunting during the day versus nighttime, comparing the two, which one's better. And I think, to me personally, right now, speaking, I think we solved the answer as to why ghost hunters go at nighttime. Because there is a common belief that the closer to 3 a.m. you get is when it's 3 a.m. is like when the veil is the thinnest between the living and the dead, so it makes it for easier communication. That's what people believe. We actually captured evidence in Fort Mifflin stating that to be true through the flashlight, and I think doing this little experiment also proved it to be true, as it is 3 a.m. right now, and we've been capturing a lot more evidence as it's been getting closer to 3 a.m. So, without further ado, that's the end of the video, and make sure to like and subscribe and all that stuff, because, and go check out our day 2 of the Haunted Museum video. It's only at like 45 views. It flopped for us for some reason, so go check that out, and that's the end of it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.